All right, everyone. We weren't a few minutes late. We were like a minute late. Not even a minute late. Hope everyone's doing well out there in Giants Nation, Giants Land. Tim, you see post articles 2 days ago. I just hope they are blowing up sunshine up the reports. No, I did not see the post article, Mike Lee. Sorry, guys. I'm winded. I ran. I looked at my watch and I said, holy, you know what? I'm not going to make it on time, but I made it on time. So that's a good thing. Mike Lee, what did they say in the post article? I'm curious. I'm curious to know that. I didn't know there was a post article anywhere or anywhere that there could possibly be one. We're going to let a few seconds for people to start joining in. I'm going to take a little drink of water here. It's a little hot under these lights. Hey, is anything else going on in Giantland out there? Have we signed anyone? Like I said, did Johnny Unitas come out of retirement? Oh, no, you can see my microphone. I'm not professional. Hope everyone else is having a great Sunday. It's raining here in the tri-state area. Not a lot. Yeah, what are you going to do? Nothing you can do about it. We'll have a few more people jump in, and then we're going to jump into the intro. But you know what? I think I'm going to do the intro early so we can get started. I don't have a big rant today, which is good, I guess. I haven't, I find what the Giants have been doing in free agency interesting. I think everyone knows that has been watching the channel. But we're going to jump right into it.
I have come
wrong thing. We're going to
come and kick ass, and I'm all out of bubble.
Well, we are not going to do that today. Evidently, I don't know where my intro music went. And you know what? We had a little problem there. We're gonna switch the soundboard up there. There we go. All right, everyone. This is Tim with Online Big Blue. We're bringing you the best in New York Giants sports talk and entertainment. And hello, everyone. This is Tim with Online Big Blue. We're bringing you the best in New York Giants sports talk and entertainment. I thought I would do a 2-for-2 Sunday there. It is Sunday at 12:03 p.m. in the Eastern Standard Time. I'm a little confused today. I did a show I have another podcast called NFL Talk from across the pond and back. It is NFL football, all NFL football, all talk. It was fun. It's on iTunes, podcast, Spotify. Here, I'm going to throw this up real quick. This is what it looks like. If you want to go find us, you want to go look at us, look for it. It's fun. It's entertaining. We talk about the Giants. We talk about just about everything else you can possibly think of. How much are we over the cap? $9 billion. I don't know how much we are right now. And that's it's going to be interesting to see about that. I'm more concerned how much over the cap we are in 2022. Because at one point in time, I was doing some math because I like to break out the Excel spreadsheets, and we were like negative $2.5 million going into 2022. And I'm not going to get into the cap again because everyone seems to hate the cap talk. We just need to be excited about the Giants right now. That's what we need to do. That's what we are. Timmy! I had to hear that forever. What? Timmy? And people were like, do Timmy. Timmy! Oh my God. Let's see here. But Zachary, the cap is a fluid situation. Like I said, I'm not worried about the cap this year. I am more concerned about the cap next year. Let's jump into there. I think Gettleman retires if we don't make the playoff. I think Gettleman gets fired if we don't make the playoffs. I don't think there's going to be any doubt in the mind that he will not have a job. He will be unemployed like me. He'll probably be sitting in the chair next to me doing this show. Because I don't think anyone's going to hire him again. I mean, because plus his age. Mr. Lewis, what's going on, my friend? RPM Auto. You looking for a car? This is the guy. Go find him on all social media outlets. He's awesome. Let's see what else we got here. I'm gonna try to go down the comments as quick as possible, just so I don't miss any, because I don't like missing people's comments. They said, this is from the New York Post from Mike Lee. They said Galladay is a perfect fit for the Giants. He isn't a diva, and he's perfect for DJ Mike Cassidy. Well, you know what? They're all gonna say that. I don't believe it, because you know what? He had some diva moments in Detroit that nobody wants to talk about. He boycotted the press. And then he came out with a little bit kind of self-righteous, kind of self-serving Twitter posts about the Lions and not the refs. I mean, for the media, I should say. He boycotted the media. So I mean, he could be a good kid. I don't know. I never met the man. He could be a wonderful guy, and I think that's something to be excited about. And I think, as Giant fans, you need to be excited that he is here and he's going to be on the team. And if you look at it beyond the contract value, his intrinsic value to the team should be astronomical. The problem is, if he is double teamed and if we cannot protect Daniel Jones, and if Daniel Jones cannot find him on the field, that's when people, and I've said this before, and I'm not trying to be rude about it, but all the people that are cheering these moves now, if the Giants go 0-2, you'll hear a loud thud off the bandwagon. You'll hear a loud thud that we should never have signed him, because we're just so, not all fans, but a lot of fans now are just so reactionary. And I even said it, no matter what happens in the beginning of the season, everyone just needs to relax, because you could potentially start 0-2, but just need to relax. And you know what? Let it run. What happens if we would have panicked in 2007? A lot of people did panic in 2007. I was not personally one of them, because I just, it is what it is. Let's see here. Zachary saw an article saying, news article saying JoJo's isn't making the Giants a popular destination. You know what's going to make the Giants a popular destination, Zachary? Winning. And players will want to come to the Giants if the Giants win. That's plain and simple. Green Bay, Wisconsin. Do you think that's a vacation spot? No, that is a popular destination with some because of Aaron Rodgers and the history of the pack and the potential to win. So, you could credit Judge, you could credit Gettleman, you could credit Peppers, Logan Ryan, all the people that were involved in these recruitment processes. But if players are saying they want to come to the Giants because of Joe Judge, I give that a thumbs up. I give that 100%. Mr. Lewis, if you aren't excited, you're not a real fan, like they normally say. I am not excited. Mr. Lewis and I have had this conversation on the comment section before. I am not excited about the Giants. I am more for a team that has one playoff appearance in 10 years, or exactly how many, or 9 years. I don't know exactly the number. 2000, you can't get our playoff win, I should say. We haven't had a playoff win in 10 years. You can't get one playoff appearance. You can't get because we get let down so much. And that's the problem. You have to go in this with a little bit of open eyes and not so many rose-colored glasses. Let's see here. I forgot to say hi. Morning, Big Asterisk. How are you doing? Or afternoon. Big Task. Sorry. I got something in my eye there, but that's okay. All right. Let's see here. Like I said, we're going to try to go down the line so we get everyone's questions in. Do you think we will make a run for the playoffs now? No. And I'm not saying that to be negative. I'm just thinking we're still a year away. And I've said this for the last 2 years. I think you need to build the continuity. You have to find out what we have in Daniel Jones. Barkley's got to come back from the injury. You have to hope that the big time acquisitions that we acquire have been fully healed from their injuries. So, I think, plus Washington scares me a lot. Dallas, if they can figure out that defense, has got one hellacious offense. So, and the Eagles are just as they're a mess. They're as messy as a Philly cheesesteak. They're just all over. I'm not even worried about the Eagles this year. And that's the worst thing to say, because normally when you say that about a team, they come out and go 10-6. But I don't see that. Oh, this was a good one. You don't need to be the That's true. That's true. All right, here we go. Let's go to another one here. Let's jump down here. After last year, I'm not so sure. What are you not so sure about after last year? Or did I miss something in the comments? So, Greenie, I want you to put that down. Tim, you are grounded in reality. Well, I'm grounded in something. I'm hoping it's reality. I try to keep it real. I try to keep it as honest as possible. For someone that's cocky and arrogant. Yeah, I'm cocky and arrogant. What am I going to do about it? It's the way I was born. It's the way I was raised. It's the way I am. And that's not a bad thing. Yo, Scott, what's going on, my man? You, Mr. Comments. I'm gonna do a Daniel Jones. I want to do a Daniel Jones video just so you will go up and leave me one of your comments. Zachary, I think Jason Garrett wants to open up the playbook. I wonder if Jones can handle the workload in my bet. I think with Jason Garrett right now, he is going to go back to and I've said it before, he's going to go back to the motion Don Coryell style offense that he ran his first 2 years in Dallas. I think now we have the players, and I think it may even be a little bit of a mixture of the 2007 Kevin Gilbride offense, where, you run, take a deep shot. And it's honestly, we could say whatever we want about the acquisitions. It's Daniel Jones. And if Daniel Jones steps forward, like everyone is hoping, then the Giants will have a great season. I don't know about a great season, but he'll have a good season. If Daniel Jones falters, we're in a lot of trouble. We're going to be in lots of trouble. No playoffs. No playoffs. Nope. I'm not seeing the playoffs. I'm seeing 7-9, or if they add the other game in, somewhere around there. I think it's going to be close. I think it's going to be good. I think right now, and it's too early to say the Giants are going to playoffs or not going to playoffs, to be honest. But if you have to see how the season plays out. I think Washington, with the acquisitions they have made themselves a very dangerous team. And I know people don't like Fitzpatrick or Fitzmagic. I do. I do a lot. So, I think that's something we need to take a look at. What do we got here? We need to fix the O-line. Well, we signed that guy from the Texans. I love the scouting report on him. You can't block. So that's great. That's the kind of guy we need for Daniel Jones. And they basically just wanted him out of Texas. I see my counterpart hiding on the bottom of the screen. We're going to have a special guest for a few minutes in a little bit. I don't know if he wants to log in early. You want to log in early, special guest, or if you can hear me, or you want to wait another 15 minutes? You want to log in early? All right, we're going to bring our special guest in early real quick because we have met him before. We've had him on before. He is my co-host from NFL Talk from across the pond and back. And I think we all know him as Dom from the UK. What's going on, Dom from the UK? I feel like I just talked to you like 2 hours ago.
It's felt like a lifetime, Tim.
I know. I got to turn up your volume there because I have a soundboard because I'm professional. So we were talking today about some wonderful things. I'm not going to spoil it because I want everyone to go and watch the show. But two things that I found out today. Dom basically bashed the Jets to oh heck, and they have electricity in the UK. They don't use lamplighters anymore. I just found that out today. I didn't know these things.
We've moved on from Mary Poppins times. It's a Christmas miracle.
I know. You know what? It was funny. I always bring up I brought up the fact that I was watching Mary Poppins the other day. Why? Because I couldn't find any porn. I figured that was the closest thing. I'm just joking. Everyone out there, just relax. But Dom, you know what? We talked about the state of the Giants a little bit, and we talked about some of the things that they were doing. From your perspective, and I've had a good couple questions here. I'm going to throw a couple questions up for you as well. And I've said this. I'm saying no playoffs. I'm saying 7-9. What are you saying?
Yeah, I think it is going to be a heck of a close division this year. I don't think it's going to be the worst division in football this year. Right now, if I had to put money on someone, it would probably, and this might surprise some, be Washington, despite the fact they have Fitzpatrick at quarterback. That could go one way or the other. But I think that it's going to be really, really close between Washington, Giants, and the Cowboys in that division. It's going to come down to head-to-head. So I'm certainly not ruling it out. And I think it's going to go to the last game again. But if I was betting right now, it'd be on Washington. But I think any of those teams could win it. I think Philadelphia are not in it. I think they're entering rebuild mode. I think the trade back reflects that, but they know that's where they are. And you know what? Fair play to them. They recognise it and have done it straight away. They haven't tried to sort of keep it going when they're not in a position to. But yeah, I think it's going to be them really tight. But it's going to be really exciting, and we've got a team this year. I've said before, I'm worried about going forward, but we've got a team this year, and it's going to be a hell of a season.
I agree. And Mr. Lewis, thank you for the super chat. And those that are unaware, all super chats, 100%, are donated to the Philadelphia Children's Hospital. What I'm trying to do is monthly get anywhere between $50 to $100 to donate at the end of each month. Right now, we're gonna donate 75. If we don't get up to $75 on the super chat or $100, I will put in the remainder of the money. But I think that is the best way. But Mr. Lewis, thank you so much, and let's go to some Giants fans. Even more, they think it's a great move. That's true. We will go as far as Daniel Jones take us, not Barkley, not the weapons, Jones, but excited, but with caution. You know what? And that is the best way to put it, Mr. Lewis. Be excited, but with caution. We've been here before. You are 100% right. We have been here before. I don't want to say we've been fooled because we've never been fooled. I think we're smart enough Giant fans, but we have been in this situation before, and I don't think we want to fall into it again. And I think some people are just like, well, you're right. we fall into the false hope, and I agree. And Dom, I'm curious to get your opinion. I'm not saying I'm a Daniel Jones lover, but I don't think I'm a basher. I'm a realist, and I've said it before, and I agree. We will go as far as Daniel Jones carries the team. What do you think?
I think Mr. Lewis, who sells motors, I believe,
RPM.
there you go. He's absolutely right. I think this is a big year for Jones.
But wait, I had a quick question for Mr. Lewis. Mr. Lewis, will you ship cars to the UK? That could be an international market. I'm just throwing that out there. But go ahead. I'm sorry, Daniel Jones.
Yeah, I know nothing about cars, so I'm definitely not the person to receive them on the other end. Unless you want to sell me a pony, and I'd probably take it. But I'm sure he doesn't. I'm sure I've heard his cars are quality. So keep up the good work, Mr. Lewis. But yeah, for Daniel Jones, look, let's see what we've got this year. It's a put up or shut up year. I think there were aspects of his game that improved last year. Obviously, the numbers didn't necessarily reflect that. But there's no excuse from a weapons point of view. The question is that O-line. Does that O-line keep him upright long enough to see what we've got? But I think the jury's out. I'm not sure where I stand on Jones, but boy, do I hope he takes off this year, because that if he takes off this year, then we will go to the playoffs. But him and the O-line are the two big question marks for me at this moment.
I agree. And yes, Tony B, I am the alpha. As people tell me, I am man in full. I joke about that with Dom sometimes. I am what they refer to probably as the stereotypical male that they see in the movies in the UK. Let's see. I had another.
I thought you were all like that.
We talked about that. Okay. Well, you know what? I'm not going to say your name. But I'm going to say F you. and again, thank you, my friend. Again, super chats all go to the Philadelphia Children's Hospital. They are maybe 30 minutes down the road from us, and they do wonderful things for kids, not just in Philadelphia. We're all over. Love your channel, bro. Never leave. Well, I am going to leave. This is my last year. I'm actually going to set up a stream date, and the stream date's going to be, I'm actually going to set it up now, and it's going to be sometime in February. So I'm just going to leave it up for the year. Never thought to be more intrigued by the NFL draft before. Nervous that Daniel. You know what with Dave Gillum? I worry he's going to go defensive tackle. That's what I'm worried about. He's going to stay at 11, and all these weapons and receivers are going to be there, and he's going D tackle. You know what? Here we go. Jersey life. Hey, Jersey Mike, what's going on, my friend? I'm concerned about I'm excited, but I am concerned about the draft, only because of the fact that if you figure they're going to take 2 or 3 quarterbacks in the top 3, potentially 4 quarterbacks in the top 10, all the assets and talent are going to fall to the Giants. I mean, what do you think Gettleman, if you're Dave Gettleman, what are you doing? I mean, all right. I mean, where do you think you're going to go in the draft?
I mean, Dave Gettleman could go anywhere, right? I mean, does Dave know what he's doing? Look, so I'm going to address the defensive tackle point first, actually. So I hope to God we
Don't say Slater.
First, second round. No, I don't. I wouldn't take Slater. Defensive
Okay.
tackle. I think if you're taking one further down in the draft to groom for next year, because I'm not sure with the cap that BJ Hill and Austin
Johnson.
Yeah, thank you. I had a slight memory fault there. We'll be back, and maybe you take one to groom for next year, but you don't take that in the first 2 rounds. Definitely not. but it wouldn't surprise me because he loves drafting a defensive tackle. But where do I go in the first round? So originally I was thinking corner, but obviously we addressed that in free agency. I'm not adverse to the wide receiver, but again, I wouldn't, because again, I thought we addressed that in free agency. But for me, my big issue is the line. But I'm not a fan of Slater, if I'm honest. I would go elsewhere. I would look to trade down potentially, because I'm not sure the offensive linemen will be off the board by 11. I think most of them will be there, with the exception of one, maybe two. But I think one, when I did a quick sort of mock draft myself of what would be taken before, and I only had one offensive lineman off the board before 11. So if you, I would trade back there. But if Parsons is there, I think you can take our defensive top three and then look to draft the guard in the second round if they're there. And I'm not done that much research, but I did a little bit in the week. There does appear to be some sort of prospects you could take for guard in the second round potentially. But offensive lineman or that defensive tackle. Not defensive tackle. I got defensive tackle in the brain. Not defensive tackle.
No defensive tackle. No defensive tackle. No no defensive tackle. You know what? I saw a good comment here about and I want to go back to it, about the Cowboys. Industry plug. I see he sees them winning the division, the Cowboys winning division, and Dak having a banner season or a career year. Unless the Cowboys fix their problems on defense, it's one of those it's one of those things. You could score. It's like the old San Diego Chargers. You could score 70 points. And I'm being exaggerating, but you could score all these points. But if you can't stop anybody, it doesn't really matter. But if Dallas fixes their issues, I can see, them making a run for a division. But again, that's going to be kind of a big if. Like, if Daniel Jones can fix his issues, the Giants could have a much better season. So I mean, it's a catch-22. I mean, you just don't know. I like this one though, Vinny G. We are definitely making the playoffs if we stay healthy, no question. Well, yeah. You know what, Dom? All right, Dom. I'm gonna ask you one last question, because I got a couple of people going to jump on here. Do you think, let's say the Giants stay healthy, let's say Daniel Jones progresses, but let's say at the same time Washington is better and Dallas is better, can the Giants win the division? Or maybe do you think we can get in as a wild card next year? What if, and again, like I said, I don't like doing this to anyone, but if you had to make a prediction record-wise now, and I know it's extremely early, so we're not even into April, what is the Giants' records? Are they going to make the playoffs? And if they're not, who is going to take the division?
So yeah, I think right now I would put my money on Washington, but I think it's a really close division. I do think the Giants right now, before the draft, have the best balanced roster, funny enough, but I think Washington got better on offense. I think they did upgrade at quarterback, although Fitzpatrick obviously not an elite quarterback, and they brought in a wide receiver as well, and a couple other pieces. I think Washington right now, I think Dallas, as you say, if they improve the defense in the draft, then they have a shot as well, because right now they're in shootouts every week, and I don't think they win enough with that defense. And the thing with the draft is you don't know what you're getting. You could, in theory, pick the best player available at every single round, meets all your needs, and those players don't make the step up. You never know until you start. So I think it's so sweet. I think it's tight. Right now, I'm Washington, Giants, Cowboys, and I don't think any of them have a good enough record to sneak a wild card. But I think it's so close that you could have those three in any order. And I'm certainly excited, because I do think we've got a chance, and a proper chance as well.
Mr. Lewis, thank you again for the super chat, my friend. You know what? You have put us over the $50 mark that we are going to be donating. Because of your generosity, I'm actually going to match the 50, and we're just going to make it even 100. And I think we still got a couple more days in the month, but because of Mr. Lewis's generosity, we are here at Online Blue. We're going to match that $50 that we've already gotten to, and we're going to give a total donation of $100 to the Philadelphia Children's Hospital. Like I said, all super chats go to them. We might pick a charity a month until I leave, but like I said, they are. But I'm going to say blanked you are leaving, Tim. Assumed in this is the chat, realistic fans, even though you are a diehard Giant fan, you think logically, not a homer. You are one of the realists. You are one of the realist giant creators that you want to. Well, you know what? I try to keep it real. I try, and you know what? It's one of those things that it's just I don't know. I appreciate it, and we had another super chat. Oh, sir, DJ will have a. Again, I don't like to curse, but damn good you second. Yeah, in the offense, second year in the offense, he will be on the money, and that puts us at 105, and I appreciate that as well. I am all in DJ. He can carry himself if he. Okay, you know what? And I want to go back to DJ because this is a good post. This is a good post because he will be. Everyone's big thing about Daniel Jones is the fact that he has been in multitudes of offenses since college. So, and I always said the same thing. You can't count the first year because any quarterback comes in the league goes into a new offense the first year. But yeah, will be his second year in this offense. I mean, do you see that making a difference? Do you see a comfortability with him in Jason Garrett, or do we think that he is going to be somewhat of I don't know. I don't know. Like I said, I'm trying to get on the Daniel Jones bandwagon, but I just worry about the pocket presence. I worry about his inability to seem to properly scan the field. He did look better at putting his guys in position on the line the last couple of games of the season. But to me, the first read option is in some ways his only option in his mind, I think, because then he looks nervous in the pocket and he's not decisive enough to pull the trigger. But Dom, I'm going to ask you this last question. Daniel Jones, second year, Jason Garrett's offense. Is he going to make that step that everyone thought he was going to take from year 1 to year 2? Or are we going to see, or is year 2 what Daniel Jones is?
Fingers crossed he takes a step up. I think he will move forward this year. I think the question is how far does he move forward? In terms of a system, I think it can't hurt. I think he's got more weapons to throw to, and I think that will allow Garrett to open the playbook a little bit more. And we'll see what we've got. Look, no excuses for Daniel Jones this year from a weapons point of view. The only potential question mark is whether we can keep him upright long enough. But I have the same concerns as you have. I think his fumbling still remains a concern, but it's better. But for me, Garrett calls a play. If that play gets read and it isn't an option, that's when Jones has trouble, and that's what we really need to see this year. But with the weapons moving around him, hopefully we'll get more separation, or at least more sort of ball winners that can go up and win the 50-50 ball. Not that you ever want to be throwing 50-50 balls with regularity, because they're called 50-50 balls for a reason.
Hold on, that's what she said.
But yeah, I think he will improve this year. The question is, how much does he improve, and does he improve enough? And we all hope he is what we thought we had when we drafted him at 6. Well, no, not what we thought we had when we drafted him at 6, because a lot of us were pissed when we when he came at 6. But what you'd hope a number 6 draft choice would do for you at quarterback. Number 6 overall, not the number 6 quarterback. So let's see, and let's hope he comes good and he gives us everything we want this year, because if he does, then I think we are favourites for the division, but he remains a question mark, and only he can now answer that.
All right. Well, everyone, of course, this is Dom from, our new podcast, which is, of course, that is the logo for our new podcast. If anyone's good, it's basically just, NFL talk from across the pond and back. We discuss everything from the NFL. And if you want to give us a look, you want to give us a like, we're on every place you can find any place you can find a podcast. That's where we are. So I want everyone to go watch, leave a comment, everything else, because you know what? We need the help. Well, we've done 1 episode so far. Well, 2 episodes now. It's fun. It's exciting. It's good. It's good. It's honestly, it's good fun. It's a little less clean than I do on here in regards to certain things, but it's not dirty. It's not R, but we have a lot of fun. And Dom, again, I want to appreciate you jumping on. I want to appreciate you doing the podcast with me. And have a rest. It is evening your time. It's about 5:30, I guess, your time. And I appreciate you coming on. I'll give you the last word.
Yeah, thanks for having me on, and thanks for asking about us doing the pod together. It's a heck of a lot of fun, and I hope people enjoy it. As you say, it's a little bit a little bit more risk haven on here, but it's not properly blue, as we would say in the
No.
UK, despite
No, it's
it
not.
being online big blue. You see what I did there? Jokes
I
get better
saw
on
that.
pod, I
You found my
promise.
All right,
But
my
yeah,
friend.
but thanks for having me on. I'm going to have to go and put the kids to bed, and I will catch the rest of this in a little bit. It's school tomorrow for them, and they're tired before the week even starts. So,
Yeah, you can
yes, they
believe
will
that.
be in bed by 6:30. But thanks for having me on, and have a good evening, everyone, and hope to see you all soon.
All right, perfect. Thanks, Dom. All right, everyone. That was Dom from across the pond. All right, let's see what we got. Let's jump. I got a lot of questions coming in fast and furious. And like we always said, it's not Vin Diesel. Let's see here. Let's go to Carlos Alvarez. I'm going to try to go back and get some of these questions. So please be patient. I'm literally going to try to run through all these questions. Hey, Tim, now that the free agent's done, what direction do you see the Giants going in the first two rounds? It's it really with this whole thing with the 49ers and the quarterback and everything else. Okay, I want to clarify something because some people didn't actually listen to the video I did. I understand that more than likely the 49ers are going to take a quarterback. Sorry. All I said was John Lynch is not a conventional general manager. So you cannot with 100% certainty, because there's no 100% certainty, like understand that he is going to just go, he's just going to go quarterback. Yes, more likely he will, but you don't know with him. And we didn't trade 3 first-round picks. We traded 2. They traded 2. They swapped 1. So I want to just edify that I'm not saying they're, and I even said in the video, I'm not saying they're not going to go, Trey Lance or Justin Fields or Matt Jones. I'm not saying they're not going that way. I'm just saying you need to watch out for John Lynch because he's a little bit crazy. No, I wouldn't be able to do that. Oh, you can't ship to the UK? All right. Well, we tried. Let's see. I'm going to go right down the line here. Social media brings out the worst in fans. Yes, Zachary, it does. And that's why I try to stay off Twitter. But it's funny. I try to stay off Twitter. And I love it because I'm like, all right, I'm not going to go on Twitter today. And then someone will email me something from Twitter. So then I have to go to Twitter. I mean, if you wouldn't do that, I wouldn't go to Twitter. So stop it. Definitely going to draft Surtain. I don't know. I'll have to go back and see what Scott. I like Surtain. I think the Giants should draft him if they could. But, even with Adoree Jackson, I'm still worried about his knee. And I'm still worried that and I did a video about the social media reaction outside of New York. It was interesting that a lot of people are just like, the Giants overpaid, and we know we overpaid. I've said that, but it's just a difference from outside media. I feel like Gilliam is going to reach for an alignment. I hope he does not reach for alignment at 11. I really don't. I would like to see him go skilled position. I would like to see him. I don't want Slater. I would like to see him potentially, if he could, grab a corner. I mean, it's going to be interesting because I think Pitts is going to be gone. I still think he's going to Philadelphia. Let's see here. I already see Gallon reaching for Slater. I could see that, and that scares me. That frightens me a little bit. Oh, I saw this before. Draft Smith, and he and Jones will be here for 10 years. Now, do you mean on the team or in the New York area? We have to wait and see what Jones does. I mean, we really do. I'm just, I don't know, we have to see. Pork rolls or Taylor ham, Tim? You should get to. Well, first of all, it's always Taylor ham. That's not even a joke. You were mentioning pork rolls and Taylor ham in the same sentence. That's not even a good joke. I'm just joking, Zachary. I do get the joke. I'm from Jersey, so I get the joke. I'm a Jersey boy. All right. If Daniel Jones fails as our quarterback next season, who are some of the quarterbacks we should be trading for soon? We don't draft one. If Daniel Jones fails, I don't think the Giants have a contingency plan. I honestly don't think they've thought that far ahead, and that worries me a little bit. I don't know. I mean, do you try to break, if you feel like your team is close enough to the playoffs, do you try to break the bank for a veteran quarterback? Do you try to go for Russell Wilson? I know that, they were saying at one point in time, Aaron Rodgers wanted out, but I don't see that. I see him staying in Green Bay. But I don't think the Giants thought that far ahead. And honestly, I don't think Gettleman has. I think I forget who said it, but Gettleman's pushing all his chips in the middle of the table this season. He's damn the torpedoes, full speed ahead. And that worries me. That worries me slightly because I don't want him to make a playoff push in 2021, fail, and then wreck the cap for 2022. I've told the story about this many, many times. Tampa Bay, they won the Super Bowl. The next 2 seasons, they were in salary cap hell. They went 7-9 and 5-11, and John Gruden almost got fired. Why? Because they pushed all their chips in the middle of the table, but they won. So that's why they call it gambling. Let's see here. All right, is an elite corner. He's definitely going to help. Plus, they had the second and third round to address the defense. I like Patrick Surtain. I would take Patrick Surtain. Parsons or Smith? I am going Smith. Why? I know we need a linebacker, but like I said, we can cure a lot of our woes on that offensive line by filling the field with multiple skilled positions. You cannot put 7-8 in the box if you have 4 wide receivers or 3 wide receivers and a running back, or 3 wide receivers, a running back, and a tight end that have the capability to break any play wide open. The defense is going to have to respect that. The only problem is we're going to need to have a quarterback that can get them the ball. Let's see. Who didn't I get to? All right, let's see here. This year we see Nick Gates slap up. Well, I'm not going to talk about that, but I understand what you're saying. I hope that Nick does improve this year. You think they're going to draft a Pro Bowler every round? I think they should. I think that, and I know that's probably a comment for someone else in the comment, but I think they should draft a Pro Bowler every round. I think that would be awesome. I think that'd be great. Let's see here. Mike Lee, I haven't gotten you in a little bit here. Let's see. Dave will pull another DJ. Instead of trading down, he'll pick JPP 2.0. Listen, I like Gregory Rousseau. I am telling everyone now, he has the online Big Blue stamp of approval. He does. There is just, from people I've talked to, the people in the Miami area, the people that have watched him. I actually talked to a gentleman who knew him when he transitioned basically into a defensive end position. So I mean, I'm telling you, I'm just telling you, stamp of approval. I wish I had a stamp and I would approve it. Let's see here. Carlos Alvarez. Where are you? Let's see. Yeah, let's see here. I gotta read. I can't read the comments in the comments. That's too much. I'm not that smart. He is not a reach if he fits the scheme. Okay. Maybe Slater. I'm thinking Slater. Yeah. I just can't sleep. If you're gonna pick Slater, you might as well trade down. You might as well just go down if you're gonna take Slater. This is a good question. This is a good one. I like this one. Judge probably has a plan A, B, C, and D. Yes, I think Joe Judge does, because I think Joe Judge is an intelligent guy. I really do. I think he is. Is he a wonderful NFL head coach? I don't know that yet. I don't think anyone does, but I think he is an extremely intelligent guy. And I think he is thinking 3-4 steps ahead of Dave Gettleman. I think my child is thinking 3-4 steps ahead of Dave Gettleman sometimes, but that's okay. That's okay. Now, let's see here. Let's go here. Let's go down here real quick here. Let's see. We should trade Hernandez. Problem is you can't trade Will now because of the fact that our offensive line is so in flux and has so many issues that we need at this point in time, we need all the bodies we can get. And I think that'll, I think that's just what we need right now until we figure this out, man. Because it worries me that you got rid of Kevin Zeidler and you kept Nate Solder as a swing tackle. I would like to see him swing his ass out the door, but that's just me. But and honestly, this is the thing that bugs me. I'm going to go on a 2-second rant about Nate. We could have saved the same amount of money if we released him. Come on, we literally could have saved the same amount of money if we let him go off the street. Because honestly, I don't see him fitting into. I don't see him being a swing tackle. I just don't. He's 30-something years old. He's on the downside of his career. I don't. Sorry. I'm going to enhance my chi, and I'm going to talk about my favorite topic. Isaac Yiadom. Will stay with the Giants because his bus ticket got rejected. No, I am still working on the GoFundMe page for Isaac Yiadom. It is called Isaac Yiadom. Please don't leave me on 95 bus ticket. That's gonna go. All right, here we go. Daniel Jones is only 23. Yes, that is true. He is only 23, but he'll also be 24. Then he'll be 25. And if it doesn't matter his age, if he doesn't progress as an NFL quarterback, NFL quarterbacks don't just hit an age like, oh, he's 24. He's going to be spectacular. No, you have to show a progression. And when people compare him to Josh Allen, I'm like, well, here's the problem with Josh Allen out of Buffalo. Josh Allen progressed each individual season. He showed a little bit of something. He didn't go backwards. And that, that scares me a little bit. Slightly frightens me. What's up, Tim Benigno? Yes, I am Tim Benigno. I'm Joe's illegitimate child. Let's see here. Not that much going on. Glad you could join. Welcome. You're late. Evidently, you have to buy you a watch. The stream starts at 12. Just kidding. It's been a long weekend. I got up early to do the show with Dom, and was up late. And it's just all right. Here we go. Can Solder play right tackle? No, I don't know. I'm not going to say he can't. Am I more concerned about him playing right tackle? Yes, I am extremely concerned about him playing right tackle. I really am. I'm not happy about that. Oh no, this is one that's going to make me sad. DJ's extension is my worst nightmare. To me, DJ's extension is not my worst nightmare. Not at all. If he plays well, I will give him money. I will give anyone money, except evidently I won't give Dalvin Tomlinson money because we could have used him. But then we can't have $30 million on two players in the line. But if he plays well, I'm fine with that. My worst nightmare right now is Saquon Barkley. I am concerned Saquon Barkley comes back. I'm not concerned. I'm hoping he comes back and has a big season. Then he goes into his 5th year. He's looking for that money. He's going to start having even a bigger season again. And then something happens to the knee. Because I will tell you this, after ACL surgery, and I've had multitudes of them, after a couple years after the surgery, your knee is great. But then after going into 2, 3, 4 years, the knee starts to degrade a little bit. And it's not something that just happens overnight, but a running back worries me with a back, except outside of Adrian Peterson, because I think he's from Pluto. I think a guy came back after 8 months. Here we go. Slater at 11 will work. No, I'm not saying that. I don't want Slater. Don't want Slater. Let's see. But, I could see Gettleman doing it. It scares me. Would you take a risk on Josh Rosen? No, I would not. When Josh Rosen came out, he is one player, and you can go back and listen to the podcast. He's one player I said the Giants should stay far away from. I didn't like his attitude. I didn't like the way he played in college. Everyone said that he was most pro ready. I just didn't see it. He worried me, and he worried me inside the New York market. And that's what I'm worried about with some of these free agents. I'm worried about how they're going to handle the New York market. You have to have a certain mind and a certain mentality to be in this marketplace. Let's see. Here we go. I knew this was coming. We need to extend John. We need to extend DJ right now. It'll be a bargain in the future. Oh, Scott. For as much as I bash DJ, I think you are the anti-DJ basher. But that's why I love you on the channel, my friend. Let's see, Jonathan S. I meant to say, can Solder play right guard, especially? No, he cannot play right guard. I'm not going to transition. Putting Nick Gates at center was fine because he is a younger player. Nate is in his 30s, and having him switch to that type of position, I can't see it. I mean, anything's possible, but I can't see it. Got to drop. Dump. Thank you. What's going on? We're dropping out here. Let's see here. PJ, what? You don't look. It's not that. Okay. It's not that I don't like Slater. It's not. I'm not saying that I don't like him at 11. there, in my mind, are going to be top 5 talent available at 11. That's why I did a video that said the Giants pick at 11 could turn into a freaking gold mine. Why? You are going to get the top 5. You are going to get top 5 talent at the 11th pick price. Now, there's not a huge disparity, but there is a salary cap savings, and you could get a guy at 11 that should have possibly have gone in the top 5. I think you can get Slater later. I think you can get him past 15. Let's see. Rosen is a head case. Yes, he is a head case. And I'm cocky and arrogant, so it all works out. Not saying I don't want to protect Daniel Jones. I've even said this before. Putting a plethora of talent players around him, skilled players around him, will allow Daniel Jones to go possibly to a quick passing offense and not let defenses stack 7-8 in the box against Barkley or blitz as often. That's all I'm saying. That's tough because I'm not sure at this point. And I'm not the type of person that just likes to throw out an answer. I will research that one and give you a better one. Because if I went, and I started actually doing some notes on the video about offensive line, but if I would take an offensive lineman in the 3rd or 4th round, and I'll go through that one later. Here we go. Who do we even want at 11? I think if Gettleman plays the NFL logic of taking the best player or the best talent available, I hope that's what he does. I think that when you reach for a position in the 1st round, you are going to get yourself in a lot of trouble. Ask the Raiders. The Raiders did that going back to Oakland, to Los Angeles, to Oakland, back to Vegas. They used to do that with Al Davis. They would reach for somebody, and then that reaches. You never want to reach. You reach for a player. You're just asking for trouble. Let's see here. Josh Rosen, where is he now? Working at ShopRite? I don't know where he is now. I just saw something about him the other day. And I think it's ShopRite. I think he's working at the Acme. No, I forget. He signed with somebody. I think he's with somebody right now. All right. Let's see. Oh, Fernando Crespo. What do we got here, my friend? I like Creed Humphrey in the 2nd round and move Gates to right guard. I have a feeling they are going to move Nick Gates to right guard. I really do. I think they're going to experiment that, but I could see him falling back into the center position. I am not a Nick Gates hater. I'm not at all. Let's see here. Oh, we've got another super chat. And again, all super chats are going to the Philadelphia Children's Hospital 100%. And I've already matched it. So we'll be now donating $100, $101.99. So thank you. Let's see here. William Jackson III shut down. Yeah, you're not wrong. But you know what? I can't go off single games. You have to look at it. And like I said, I'm not going to bash Kenny. You have to go. You can't go off a single game. You have to go off to the totality of his career. But yes, I actually know I know exactly what you're referring to. I know exactly what you're referring to. But I can't blast him for that. Everyone has a bad game. I make bad videos sometimes. It's not because I feel like I lack talent. It's just sometimes you have an off day. It happens. Let's see here. Oh, here we go. Svi, what's going on, my friend? You can get Davis, Ohio, or Leatherwood, Alabama, 42. Go big time defender at 11. I like Parsons. And he would probably, if he fell to 11, I would have to think about taking him. But like I said, if one of the big wide receivers is at 11, or even, and like I said, I am not a huge Kyle Pitts fan, only because of the fact that his resume and if you look at his scouting reports, they're almost identical to Evan Ingram. And I know you can't compare the two because I just said you can't say a guy's having one bad game, but I don't know. I as much as I would love to get a linebacker's fee, and I just, if one of those talent guys is there, like I said, you can cure so many ills on that offensive line if the D has to respect your quarterback, your running back, and if you're just throwing waves of wide receivers at them. A lot of people aren't going to remember it, but it's Mouse Davis's old run and shoot offense that he ran in Detroit years ago. Detroit had a good offense, great offense, because he just threw waves at you, just waves, and it was new. They just couldn't stop anybody. They just couldn't play defense. I think Rosen's in the CFL. I still think he's on an NFL roster. I think he signed. I think he signed with the Bucs. I think he is on an NFL roster. Someone sent me a private message, and I'm not going to say what it is. What does my shirt say? My shirt says legendary, and I'm not saying that's because I'm legendary. So that's not what that is. It's for Indian Motorcycle. Let's see here. Dang it, I'm late. You are late. Get the hell out of here. You're late. You should know better. You're another one. No, I'm just joking, my friend. What's going on? 49ers. He's with the 49ers, Josh Rosen. Thank you. I knew I saw that somewhere. Oh, here we go. Thank you so much, and welcome as always, my friend. Where is this one I just saw? Here we go. It's from the Svi again. Let's get the Svi in here. If you don't know Svi, you can either go watch his channel. He's an up-and-coming YouTuber. Giants, very passionate about the Giants. I would say overly passionate about the Giants. But you know what? Passion is always a good thing. You need passion in life. Bateman, Waddle, or Smith. I am going Waddle. I'm going to waddle over to Smith. I'm just joking. I don't know how to work the sound effects today. I don't know. I don't know, man. I don't know what's going on with my sound effects today. I haven't been able to work them today. You're in quarantine, or you are, let's say, hopefully you're all right. I think we're all in quarantine. So if you're in quarantine, you should be able to get out and listen to us. Need to pee. Yes, you may. If you have to pee, please raise your hand and I will let you go. Yes, you need to pee. You can go. Just make sure you leave your computer on, because I need the hours and the minutes so I can go up in the rankings. My goal before I leave, not today, my goal before I leave is to get at least 10,000 subscribers. That is my goal. I want 10,000 subscribers and 1 million views, and I already have like 700,000 views, because I just think that 700 something being that freaks me out, though, that people have watched me 700,000 times in 18 months. Oh, there's got to be something else better than me. And I probably shouldn't say that, because I should be like, oh no, you got to watch me, I'm awesome. There's got to be other stuff on better than me. Knicks or Giants? Oh, you know what? This is a good question. This is a good one. This is not a thing, but I'm going to throw that up real quick. Knicks and Giants are making a deep playoff run. I don't know, man. With what's his name going down center, with the broken foot, Mitchell Robinson, I'm concerned. And then they didn't want Drummond, so I don't know what they're gonna. I mean, Nerlens Noel, I like him a lot, only because of the fact that I've seen him play a bunch of times in Philadelphia. He's a good defensive center. You're just not going to get any offense out of him. All right, here we go. Let's see here. We got a new person coming in here. James Bradbury. Do you think Slater will be available to draft? Yes, I do think that, and I do not want him. So let's just make it just the way it is. I do not want him. I do not want him, Sam. I do not want him. Wait, I think they banned Dr. Seuss, so we can't talk about Dr. Seuss. Where is this? If you make an Evan Ingram hate video, you will get millions of views easily. You know what's funny? If I do what I perceive to be an honest video, I get like 800 views. If I do something that's like, Giants are the greatest team in the world, yeah, I get like 4,000 views. So, in theory, I probably should do more Homer videos, but I am stupid. So, I will continue to do the videos that I want to do, and I will probably not grow as fast, but that's okay. I'll still be awesome. Mitch might be back for the playoffs. Really? I didn't know that. With that broken foot, I get a little concerned. You break a bone in your foot as a center, I get worried about that. I think of Greg Oden. I think of Walton. So a lot of times, I worried about Joel Embiid about that. Can't talk, but that's okay. Just sub to the Sphere. Go sub. because someone's got to take over for me because I'm tired. You know, it's great. I love doing these videos. I really do. But since the lockdown, and I kind of made a promise, and I made a promise to some people because, you know, the lockdown was, you know, we're still in lockdown, but it was crazy. And I tried to say, you know, I'm going to try to do a video every day. And I pretty much have done a video every day since the lockdown. And I'm going to tell you, it's not easy to come up with a topic every day, man, every day. But, you know, we try. And I get some great ideas from people. So, you know, like I said, if you got ideas, just shoot them over. Tim@onlineBigBlue.com. And, you know, a lot of people put in the comments, and I know a couple people can attest to this. You do a video. I've done it for some people. I had the video up the next day because I didn't have anything in my mind. And people are always like, how do you prepare for your videos? How do you prepare? You know, I'm going to give you an example of how I prepare for a video. Hello, everyone. This is Tim with Online Big Blue, bringing you the best in New York Giants sports talk and entertainment. Then I just talk. And then I just talk for like 10 minutes. And I watch the clock. Sometimes I don't watch the clock. And that's how I prepare for a video. I usually grab a topic and just kind of free with it. Just kind of, you know, free roll with it. And I love some people go, wow, you know all these stats and things. Yeah, I know some stats and I get them wrong, but I think that's kind of fun with the channel. Just liked and subscribe. Hope that you just liked and subscribed to me. Or did you go to subscribe to the Sphere? That's what I think. That's what he should change his name to the Sphere. The Sphere talking Giant sports. Here we go. What do we got here? What do we got here? You are good at the draft. Listen, I've said this before. I cannot take credit for that pick. I had a gentleman who worked around East Rutherford telling me specifically the Giants will not pass on Andrew Thomas. And I said that in a video. I wish I could have taken credit for that. I wish I could have taken the credit for saying Rule was going to go to Carolina. No, I had someone tell me. Same thing with Bradbury and Blake Martinez. I can't, and I wish some of these people that I could say their names, but some of them still work in and around the league, so they don't want to, you know, and they're friends, so I don't want to screw them. But I wish I could take credit for that pick. And I'm not hearing anything. I'm not hearing anything right now. That's like free agency, man. Free agency was like a desert. Dave, I got to give Gettleman credit because he had that. Nobody knew he had that stuff on lockdown because I made calls, I sent emails. Nothing. I heard nothing at all. Mitch needs to stop landing on one. Yeah, it is kind of ridiculous. I've noticed that too. All right. Evan Ingham should be traded by draft day. Yeah, he should be traded. I would trade him. Well, you know what? I don't know. I worry about Kyle Rudolph a little bit. He's 30-something years old. He's not the inline blocker that he used to be. So, I mean, I love Matt from Connecticut. I think Matt from Connecticut will progress in year 2. I've said it when they drafted him, and I got blasted for it because I said Dave Gettleman snatched victory from the jaws, or excuse me, snatched jaws of defeat from victory because I love the first 2 picks, and I thought the rest of the picks were going to be talent acquisition picks that would need to grow over the next 3 years, and I think Matt from Connecticut is that guy. I think he will be, and that's why Judge was smart enough to use him in situations that allowed him to excel. When he didn't, such as the Eagle game, he got rocked in some ways. If anyone remembers when Daniel Jones almost got sandwiched when both Andrew Thomas and Matt from Connecticut missed. And luckily Jones got the pass off, but the Eagle defenders. Whoosh. So I think he will progress. I think he will be potentially, if he progresses, a full-time starter in year 3. All right, we're going to wrap this up in a few minutes here. I got to go food shopping. Believe it or not, you know, YouTube doesn't make me rich. I got to go food shopping. You know what? It's funny. I'm just, and this is non-giant topic. Sometimes I like to go off on tangents. Peeps, like the little marshmallow Peeps, they make a cereal. And my son has it, and it's interesting because you open the box and all you smell is pure sugar. I mean, it's diabetes in a box, but it's actually really good. I really enjoyed that. You should do a video on NBA super teams. I hate the super teams. I really do. I really do, because now players are just going where they just go, and it's, you know, honestly, I don't know. Maybe I hate super teams because the Knicks don't have one. They are building their own super team, but maybe I'm just jealous. That's probably what it is. I'm probably just jealous. Has anyone got did I miss any really, really good questions here? Let's see. They're all good questions. I shouldn't say that. Here we go. I'm going to do two more here. Let's see here. How can we pay DJ and Saquon with no fewer? Well, here's the thing. We have cap room in 2023. We have almost over 100 million. So I'm not worried about those contracts. I'm worried about the fact that we're in the negatives with like 39 players under contract next year. So the following year, 2023, we have a plethora of cap space.
Would you say I have a plethora of piñatas?
I had to throw out El Guapo. Let's see here. Same here. Mr. Lewis, you are one of my favorites. And not because you gave a super chat. You just have awesome insight. A lot, you know what? And a lot of, I shouldn't, I'm not pointing just out to point you out, but you do offer a lot of good insight. And there's so many people that, even the people that don't agree with me, it's just phenomenal. And I want to say this one last time, because I'm going to wrap this up. Agree with me, don't disagree, don't agree with me. That's 100% fine. If you're going to leave a comment, and I've said it before, don't leave a stupid comment. Leave a comment that's well thought out. Don't leave a comment that curses me or disparages me or tells me things that you don't want to hear. Because they get blocked by YouTube right away. But I want differences of opinions. I want people to have a debate. I want open dialogue. I don't want everyone just to be like they agree with me, because even Mr. Lewis doesn't agree with me all the time. And that's 100% fine. I would rather have that open, honest dialogue, but do it in a way that you're not insulting people, because I've seen it also in the comments where other subscribers get insulted. And I try to step in because like I said, I try to take the time to answer every single comment. It takes a while, and I hope people just hang in there when I try to do it, but it takes a while. But I try to read every comment and get to every comment. But like I said, if you offer me the respect, I will give you that respect back. There were some people that had some very vile comments the last couple days, so that luckily YouTube deletes them automatically. Some of them weren't. But like I said, you respect me, I respect you, and we are good to go. We are good to go. You are very welcome, sir. You are very welcome. Stupid comment. I'm going to do it. Like I said, it's always going to be on Thursday. It's going to be no stupid comment Thursday. And one day, you know what? I'm going to see no comments. And that would actually make me laugh. If I got no comments, that would make me smile on Thursday. You're a great YouTuber. Well, thank you. I appreciate that. So, guys, we're going to wrap this up because it is Sunday. It's raining here, but hopefully it's, where have you been? Where have you been? I didn't see a comment from you, sir. And I got to leave. My wife's going to yell at me. I'm going to go back and make sure I didn't see any comments from you, because I didn't see any comments from you. And I'm not happy. Oh, TJ, I want to get TJ's comment. I didn't really give TJ a shout out here. Let's give TJ a quick shout out. We need, if we draft the wide receiver, does that ultimately mean we trade Shepard? No, I think we will keep Shepard. I think we will keep the Shep, and let's see Elijah. I didn't get Elijah here. I'm trying to go back, guys. I really try to get to everyone's comments, but you just need to bear with me because I'm not wearing my glasses because I'm old. Would you ever consider trading for Sam Darnold if it was a good deal? You know what's a good question about that? You should go on NFL Talk from across the pond and back on YouTube. We talk about this. I would not trade for Daniel Jones. I think Sam Darnold. I think Sam Darnold is more of a product of the minutia that's in with the Jets. I think he could be a good quarterback, but I would not trade for him. All right, guys, you know what? We are going to end this up. Even if you are the Giants spinning, you know what? I appreciate that, man. I love you too, Nick. You know what? All right. We'll say it one last time. I am a guy. If you insult me, that's fine. I've told the story before. I've punched my best friend in the face and then went out during an argument and went out and had a beer with him 15 minutes later. You're not, if you say things that are funny and sarcastic, I will laugh. I will. And just remember, a lot of times when I comment back, it's sarcasm. But I will laugh with you. We'll have a good time. And let's just keep the comments that way. And you know what, everyone? We're going to have to wrap this up because my wife is giving me the cut signal, and she is the boss of this house. And again, this is Tim with Online Big Blue, bringing you the best in New York Giants sports talk and entertainment. And as always, if you could like, if you subscribe, if you ring that bell, I think you know what that means. That'd be awesome.